Hi, welcome to the March Flute channel and thank you for clicking on this video. I am a classical flute player who has been playing the flute for a little over 14 years now, and I've been teaching for 8 of those years. And today in this video I will be talking about some things you'll need before you can start having flute lessons with a teacher. Of course, the advice that I give in this video is very general, so just make sure that you have a good chat with your personal flute teacher so you guys can come up with a list of some stuff that you need to get. So you or your child have just decided to pick up the flute as an instrument. What's next? What are some things that you need to know? What are some things that you need to get before you can start having lessons? Number 1 is an instrument. You'll need to get your own flute. The student will need their own flute to play on, and no, you can't just borrow the flute teachers when you go over to their studio to have a lesson. This is not only because of hygiene reasons, but also the student needs their own instrument so that they can do personal practice when they're at home in between those flute lessons. So there are a couple of ways you can go about getting your own flute. If the student still goes to school, most schools will actually offer the opportunity for their students to rent out instruments for up to a year or more. So it's definitely something worth investigating with music teachers of your school. The second option is to own your own flute. Now you can either go secondhand or you can buy brand new. Getting a secondhand instrument from a music store is generally regarded as safer because it's very likely that the music store will have already serviced the instrument for you in advance, so they can really make sure that it's in perfect working order before you take it home. An even better situation is if you can bring along a flute player who knows their way around the instrument. That way they can try out the instrument for you and really make sure that the instrument is working before you hand over your cash. Buying secondhand is a great option as you can save a bit of money and pick up a great bargain if you happen to find a flute that's in really good condition. You should definitely pick the option that best suits your needs and goals. I would definitely avoid buying secondhand with a private seller unless you already know your way around the instrument quite well, so that you don't get scammed into buying something that's a few plays from falling apart. It can end up costing you more money if you purchase a $100 to $200 flute that needs to be serviced or repaired very often. Each time you take the flute in for a repair, that'll cost you more money and time away from the instrument that you could instead be using to improve your skills on the flute. If you decide to buy new from a music store, then you can rest assured that if any issue comes up, you can just take it straight back to the music store. Generally speaking, if you purchase an instrument and it breaks down within 30 days, it isn't unreasonable to head back into the music store and sort of request that they get the issue fixed for you, because after all, it's a brand new instrument and it should be functioning perfectly. Sometimes it can just be a manufacturing fault, in which case I would still double check with the staff member that you are able to take the instrument back to the store in case anything goes wrong. Some stores also offer payment plans or rent-to-buy options, which means you can manage the cost of the flute over a longer period of time. Okay, so number 2 is cleaning equipment, and this one tends to get overlooked by parents a lot, I find. You've just spent a few $100s on a really nice instrument, so it makes sense that you want it to last. Developing good cleaning habits after every single play can help keep your instrument in good condition and lower the costs of any unexpected or unnecessary repairs that you could have easily avoided. Also, the better that you take care of your instrument, the more likely that you'll get all, or if not most, of your money back if you decided to sell your instrument in the future. Now, cleaning equipment is generally included if you purchase an instrument brand new. However, if you did decide to go secondhand, you might not always get a free cleaning kit, but that's totally fine. You can just head into your local music store. It's very affordable. All you need are 3 things. So you need a cleaning rod, a wooden one preferably so that it doesn't scratch the inside of your instrument, a cleaning gauze to absorb the moisture inside the instrument, and a polishing cloth to clean fingerprints and dirt off the outside of the flute. It's very important for you to clean your instrument after every play, as if you don't, it will definitely get very moldy inside, and you just need to get your flute repaired or serviced more often, which kind of adds up the costs in the end. If you have a plastic flute, then you only need to worry about getting a cleaning rod and a cleaning gauze, or you can just get a cleaning swab. So the third thing that you'll need before you start your flute lessons is you'll need some music. Unless you're already familiar with reading music, I would always recommend that you start off with a beginner book tailored specifically to beginner flute players. This is so that the beginners are given time and space to ingrain the foundational skills so that they don't develop unhelpful habits. In my experience, slow and steady always wins the race. The fourth thing you'll need is a music stand, and you'll be surprised at how often I get asked this question by parents, and the answer to that is yes. You may be able to get away without having one if you already have a piano, as you can use the piano music stand to put your flute music on, but it is a little bit limiting because that means you can only practice sitting. Personally, I find that being able to practice both sitting and standing reduces my chances of getting injured, so having a music stand will definitely give you that flexibility of being able to play sitting or standing. Now, number 5 is a collection of accessories that I found have really improved my experience when playing flute. And they are completely optional, so they're not a definite must-have. You can get away without it, but I've just found them to be really, really helpful. The first accessory that I would recommend that you get is this little gadget called the thumb port, and what it is essentially is it's a little gadget that clips onto the end of the middle joint of the flute, and what it does is it gives your thumb this space to hold the flute, and it makes balancing the flute a lot easier. The second accessory I'd really highly recommend getting is facial blotting paper or any sort of cleaning paper to clean your keypads. This I find a must-have for keeping my keys dry and stop them from making that really annoying sticky sound after I've been playing the flute for a while. Facial absorbent paper is a great budget option to the Yamaha cleaning paper that most music stores sell. Now, you can definitely go for the Yamaha cleaning paper. That's about 3 to 5 times more expensive than just regular facial absorbing paper, but I find that they're really, really similar and they both do just about the same job. The third accessory that I recommend getting is a metronome. Now, in a day and age where all of us have smartphones, it's super easy to just download a metronome app onto your phone and use that as a metronome. I personally don't find the need to go out and buy one of those mechanical metronomes anymore. It's just you can access it on your phone. And the very last thing you need before you go to your flute lesson is a pencil. It's very, very important to turn up to a flute lesson with a pencil in your hand so that you can make markings. And there you have it. There are the 5 things that I think you need before you start your flute lessons. If you made it through this video, thank you so much for sticking around. And feel free to let me know what sort of topics or questions you'd like me to address in my next video, or any sort of content you'd like to see me make. Until next time, stay well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.